The volunteers at AWA are very kind. They have a good heart. I like to say I like to get someone who has an awesome personality, because anything else we can train. So I can teach someone how to properly walk a dog, how to properly take care of a cat, or how to properly hold a bunny, but you can't teach someone to have a passion for animals or to care about others.
I've been volunteering here since August of 2013. I got into it because my wife started volunteering about 6 months earlier, and she loved it so much that it became apparent the only way I got to see her on the weekends was to volunteer myself.
I became a volunteer about 2 months ago. I became one because at my school I'm trying to get my certificate for the veterinary assistant. So I need 300 hours of either volunteering, interning, or working in the field.
I consider myself a flitter. I work primarily with the cats, but if I'm needed to help with the transport, I jump in, laundry, wherever I see a need, I'll just go and try to fill that need at the time. So it kind of helps me to become a more well-rounded volunteer, and I can basically get a little bit of knowledge with each department and how it functions here at the AWA.
At the shelter, I'm a level 2 cat and dog trainer, or cat and dog. So I can walk the dogs, and I can just interact with them, play with them in the play yard, do things like that. And then with cats, you can just open up their cage and socialize them, play with them in there, give them toys and stuff.
So every volunteer has to start out in laundry and do 12 hours of laundry, which entails doing washing clothes, drying clothes, doing all the litter pans and the water bowls, food bowls, and you do 12 hours of that, and then you could either just become a level 2 and just pet the animals, come in from time to time, or if you want to really do animal meets, you can get some more advanced training and actually take animals out of cages. I work primarily in cats. I do cat meets and cat adoptions, and I also walk the dogs. Well, when I'm in the cats, I keep the cages clean. When someone comes in looking for a cat, I show them different cats that they want to see. If they're looking for a specific type of cat, I'll see if we have anything that they're looking for, show them strictly those cats. Sometimes we have people coming in who just want a black cat, so I'll take them around, show them the black cats. And we all have our personal favorites, so I might push them first.
I've assisted in many adoptions. I try to tend to their needs. Walking by a cage, if you see water needs to be replenished, I put the water in the bowls for the animals. Just giving them the stimulation during the day, as far as being pet, giving them toys, enrichments, it helps better their lives for that day. And that day rolls into another day. And hopefully not too many more days after that, but while they're here, we want to give them the best life before they go out our door and get an even better life.
I think it really helps that they get socialized. I really think it's, really great. There's so many volunteers too, so they all get socialized and they're not just left in their cages all day, and it really makes them happier, I believe.
We give them so much love. When it's not busy, I go around from cage to cage, hold them, pet them, brush their hair. So they get a lot of hands-on experience with people that they wouldn't have gotten if people just walked by and didn't do the volunteer work we did, and they just sat in those little cages all day.
Well, surprisingly, the puppies are pretty easy because they don't stay long at all. So I can say goodbye to a puppy, and I've only known it for 2 days, so it's okay. The length of stay dogs, those are the dogs that have been here for a month prior. Those are the ones that you're so happy to see them get into a home, but you've also grown a bond with them, so it's kind of sad. We had a dog named Madison that I was in love with. She was gorgeous. She looked old because she had black fur with a gray beard, but she was only 4 years old. But everyone thought she was this 10-plus-year-old dog, so no one wanted her. And then she finally found a home, and that was great, but also I used her for all my dog trainings for about 2 months. So then I lost my dog training partner who already knew the routine, so I had to get a new one.
I had a situation with a dog that came to us from a transport, I believe it was from Tennessee, and he was walking what they called the Green Mile. He was minutes away from being euthanized. And they had one spot available on the transport, and they pulled this dog, a beautiful white shepherd. And I instantly connected with this dog when I took him off transport and I heard his backstory. And the end result was he got adopted by a woman who had a home, a beachfront home. So every day this dog now gets to run the beach, and that's his life. And he was deserving of that because he was a beautiful, healthy 2-year-old shepherd. And he got into the system and it wasn't his doing. But he's living the life every dog would hope to have.
We have a lot of different reasons why people volunteer. We have people that are just animal lovers, that goes across the board. But specifically, we have a lot of 18, 19-year-olds that will volunteer that have always wanted a dog their whole entire life, but their parents might have an allergy or they live in an apartment complex that doesn't allow it. So this is their one chance to kind of test out being an animal owner. We also have individuals that they volunteer because they're retired, they have a lot of time on their hands, they want to get back to the community. Most of our volunteers probably at this point have adopted from us, and they want to give back to the place that brought them the dog that they love and is within their home. And we have other people that have volunteered who used to be vets or they used to work in vet offices and they want to continue that now.
I think they like to interact with the animals. It's also a way of kind of giving back, you know. The AWA does a lot of things for a lot of people, and it's just one way they can give back to them.
You get a feeling that you can't just get doing anything else. You know you're saving animals. We're a no-kill shelter, a private no-kill shelter. So we get a lot of our animals from other shelters, and we know we're saving the lives of animals, and when people adopt from here, they're saving the lives of animals. I've adopted a dog and a cat. I have a total of 4 cats, 2 dogs, and they're all rescues.
It's a give back, and it's a feeling that you really would have a hard time finding at other establishments, because you see animals come through the door that in a lot of other situations they wouldn't have a chance, and they work beyond hours during a week to get these animals healthy, rehabilitated, and back up for adoption. And so it's the end result when you see that animal leave, knowing he's going to have a good life.
I feel great because I know a lot of animals got adopted that day. I know I've helped get some adopted that day, so I know it was a great day.
I feel a lot better. You know, it's nice to interact with these animals, and all the other volunteers were really sweet and helpful, and even the staff there are really nice, and it's really just gives you a really good feeling that you're giving back.
I love my job. And that's something a lot of people don't get to say, and every day that I drive home from here I feel great, because whether my favorite dog goes home or not, we've always done something that saves a life and does something better for the animals, so there really isn't a bad day. Even when I get frustrated, let's say a volunteer gets very emotional about something because they're very passionate about the animal, it's always coming from a place of good intention, so I can't be that upset about it. And no matter what happened that day, I've never left here not feeling good about the day.
I feel fulfillment that whether it's a slow day and it's just a few adoptions, but you see these animals come through our doors and then ultimately leave, knowing that, again, they're going to be in their forever home, given love and attention that they desire, they need, they deserve.